I wasn't going to put this in, but we're putting in fucking streamer brain. It's going in. It's fucking going in.
Streamer brain rot is a big thing, and I've noticed it a lot.
Yeah, streamer brain rot is fucking gross. And just adding on to what Kits alluded to there, because we know exactly who it. We're not going to name drop, but we know exactly who we're referring to. This guy used the Dr. Disrespect situation as a way of clout chasing to try and gain a bigger audience, improve his numbers, whatever, blah blah blah. He had an opinion on it. He posted that opinion, made it very public about his opinion. Notice his numbers started dropping because of that opinion. His follower count, view count, whatever. He just said his numbers were dropping, and as a result, he decided to take that back and put a poll up instead, and deemed Dr. Disrespect's actions as a poor judgment. No, poor judgment. No. What Dr. Disrespect did wasn't poor judgment. It was fucking gross. And the fact that and Kit knows this, every statement he was trying to do, he tried to keep retracting and try and roll it back and try and take it back. It was already there. Like, he'd already made his point very, very clear that he was putting what Dr. Disrespect did down as a poor judgment. Why? Because he noticed that because he called Dr. Disrespect out for what he was, his numbers started dropping. His viewers started dropping. Whatever. He just said his numbers started dropping. So he was so worried about his own channel and his own numbers and his own thing that he decided to go back on his own decision and was like, nah, he's not actually a predator or groomer or anything like that. He just had a very poor judgment. Like, no, there's no fucking poor judgment when you're messaging children. There's nothing like that. And just to expand it out a bit, no decision you make on Twitch is worth compromising your morals or your principles for anyway. Especially if you treat it as a hobby, like I do, like Kit does, and like many of you in this chat do as well. If you believe something, you stick to it. You don't just go back on what you believe just for the hope of that one extra follower, that 0.2 of an increase on your average, maybe that extra sub in the future. It's not worth it. If you believe in one thing, you don't suddenly retract that statement. And then just because someone comes in and showers you with something doesn't mean you automatically go, oh yeah, I don't really want to ban them. No, they go against what I believe in. I don't want to ban them because they gave me a lot of bits then, or they gave me a sub then. It shouldn't work like that. If someone's being gross in your community, regardless of how much they supported you or how long they've been in it for, you just get rid of them. You don't keep that around. You don't keep that rot around, because that spreads through your community like a wildfire. You don't look at numbers. You shouldn't look at numbers when you're a streamer. You should always look at how your community is and how your community grows and how people interact in your community and the people coming in and coming out of your community. You should always keep track on that. No decision, nobody's worth keeping in the community if they're just going to create a toxic environment. Nobody is worth the hassle to keep in for that. And for that reason, there's so many people, so many streamers, no matter how big or how small, make that decision solely based on how they interact in the community. If they're promoting them outside of their socials, if they're always liking their videos, they're always giving subs, always giving whatever. That shouldn't matter if someone's being a toxic little asshole in your community, or if you know someone being a toxic little asshole. Not worth it.
Yeah.
Not worth it. So anyone who thinks with stream brain, they can go.
Yeah, I've actually started a part of streamer brain rot. And it does deserve to go into Room 101. I am with you. Like, the thing is, so I've been on this platform for a long time, before COVID was a thing.
Yeah.
Since 2018. And I think that you see all these people try and make friends and make connections and everything like that. And then we'll call people their friends and everything like that, but we'll never check in on them.
Yeah.
We'll never... Like, all the conversations are centered around content. Kind of thing.
Everything.
You know, you don't have to meet somebody to make them your friend.
No.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the least you can do is respect them.
Yeah.
Right? And you see all these people then wonder why they keep losing friends or losing sponsorships and stuff like that. They start to foster a very toxic community because they begin to care more about who's in that chat, who's giving money, than who has watched out for them along the way.
Yeah.
And I took a massive step back from Twitch for a year and a half, and I truly found out in that space who genuinely wanted to know me as a person.
Yeah.
Because when I said I'm quitting Twitch, people like Fuzz, like Kate and everything were the only people that were still around here and didn't care about what I might bring to the table, but everybody else stopped engaging with this and didn't want to know anything. But as soon as I came back, more people started engaging with us more.
Yeah.
People that I've never spoken to before but have followed us for ages. Like, streamer brain rot is such a thing.
So bad.
Like, and I think, here's the thing, is when I say to people, my DMs are open, reach out to me if you ever need to talk. That is not me wanting you to come into my stream. That is not me wanting to gain something from you. That is me reaching out as a human who's also been lonely.
Yeah.
Right? And understands that the gaming sphere, and the gaming sphere as a woman, or the gaming sphere as a neurodivergent or anything, is incredibly difficult to navigate. Right? Is that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like, streamer brain rot, room 101.
Yeah,
People who think with streamer brain, room 101. And it's actually people who voted, it's gone into room 101.
Yes, off it goes.
Yes!
Because you and I have had so many conversations about everything else apart from content. Like, you and I barely talk about content.
Because he has my number. We talk about everything. We talk about content if we're doing it together. Like this. We've talked about the podcast and everything going forward and everything. But other than that, it's just checking in on each other. It's talking about work. It's talking about life and the kids and Jem and what's going on at home and everything like that. And it's us just checking in on me to make sure that my mental health's okay. Like, that's what it's like.
Yeah.
Because I count Fuzz as a friend. So therefore, I don't look at it like, oh, I can gain something from Fuzz or he can gain anything from me. It's more like me and Fuzz wouldn't care if we both sat in here with 5 people in our chat.
We'd still chat the shit.
Right? We'd chat mad shit together, right? You can't put us in a fucking room or on a fucking phone call without us chatting mad fucking shit together. And one day I hope that I can meet like you and Jem and stuff. It's something, whether it's like we talked about, it's like we talked about those fucking streamer events.
Yeah.
Like all these ones that are going on, right? People go to network and that's fine, but a lot of us go to meet people.
Yeah, 100%. That's what's
like, I'd love to meet folk at these things. I don't need to talk about content or anything, but what I like is when you get people out of this sphere and off stream, you find out who they are as people. When you remove yourself from that, right? When you remove yourself from the content space and you take it outside and you start trusting people, right? And you start forming actual genuine friendships. You then start to find out what people are like, whether or not you should trust them or not. Because if they continue bringing up content and numbers and oh well, you know, we could do this together or we could do that and all this kind of stuff, it's like no.
Like,
right?
Like especially if you treat it as a hobby as well. Like if you just treat it as a hobby, then you're not taking it seriously. So you shouldn't feel the need to constantly talk about content or numbers away from the Twitch sphere. It shouldn't be number one priority. Like RawCon last week, there was so many people there. Obviously I'd known through the stream team. I'd love to admit, and thankfully I met a load of them as well. But it was just so nice, just having a night of just talk about not Twitch content, just talk about games, chatting whatever bollocks we wanted to do, and just having a good time. Like that's what it should have been about. Like it wasn't there for networking, it wasn't there for, you know, to try and gain numbers or gain followers or anything like that. It was just having a fun with a good group of people, and that's literally what they should be treated as. I know some people who take Twitch a bit more seriously and want to make a career of it. Okay, you can kind of understand it a bit if they're talking about the content, because they're trying to, I guess, trying to gauge ideas, bounce ideas off people, see what lands, and you know, whatever. So I can kind of get it to that extent. But when it's people that you've interacted with, like you and I, we've known each other for 4 years, never met in person, hope it happens one day. But like
one day,
but I know if it happens, we'll probably never talk about Twitch.
No,
it'll be about everything and anything else apart from content.
Like everything else.
Anything else.
Because that's kind of what happens when you form friendships outside of it. Like Frank said, me and Frank never talk about, well, we'll do. If I'll bounce an idea or something, or Frank might bounce an idea off me now and again. But me and Frank literally just talk. I mean, I send him like Florida videos and I'll be like, is this legit? And he's like, yeah, that's welcome to Florida. And I'm like, okay. And like he checks on us every day and everything like that. And like Jem reached out to us the other day. right? Just to check that I was all right after you told her I was having a hard time. You have spent every day checking in on me for weeks now, right? Because you got worried about us at one point. You know, me and Kate speak about everything but content unless we need to talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
And I've tried to make sure that my community are very aware that they're not just a number.
Yeah.
Right? Because to me, I don't care if there's 5 or 50, 10 or 100 in there, as long as I can still have a laugh and do what I'm passionate about and share that with people who I also have something in common with, then that's fine. And I never want my people to feel like they have the need to apologise. This is it. Toxic streamer culture is that your viewers feel the need to apologise if they are not there all the time.
Yeah, I decline apologies like
I hate that.
because life happens. You can't account for life happening. It happens.
Like, oh my god, you've got kids and a job and family and your own streaming or your own hobbies to fucking engage with. Yeah. Don't apologize for that.
I will never guilt anyone for not turning up to one stream or to whatever. No. They can like I've had some people not being able to turn up for months, and they'll turn up. So, I'm sorry, I haven't been here for a while. I've been off with so and so. It's like, I don't care. You've been off busy. Like that doesn't matter to me.
Hi, I'm so glad you're back.
The fact that you're safe and you're doing well is what matters to me the most. Like, I don't. It doesn't matter if you don't catch all of my content or catch all of my streams, or you only watch me once every 6 months. It doesn't matter to me as long as you're safe and well and you're keeping yourself safe and well. That's what should matter. You know?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And I think streamer brain rot in streamer culture is such a fucking thing that needs to get in the bin.
Not many people believe me it exists, but it fucking exists. It does exist. Yeah. It is a thing.
It needs to get in the bin. It needs to get in the fucking bin.
It's gone in the bin. Like, honestly, you could put me and Kit in, like, if we could just do an unplanned podcast and we would probably talk for hours just about shit. But we would chat for 4 hours about nothing else, though. We'd be able to start. It'd probably just take one word and be like, oh god, here we go. Right, and we'll just talk about that for 4 hours. We'll just shoot off like.
Because me and Fuzz have talked since he won his little award at RawCon, and I've come on a bit more permanently that we're probably going to do a bit more of a regular podcast. Not be like a set date or time or anything like that. I mean, whenever Fuzz has got the time kind of thing. And then we'll do it from there, but we're going to put a lot of focus into it. And some of it's not even going to be planned. We're just going to be like, all right, we've both got the evening free, so we're going to do a podcast together. And we probably won't have a topic to fucking talk about. We'll figure it out from there. You know, we'll figure it out. We'll go from there. And I bet you any money we could fill a 4-hour slot with fucking bullshit, right?
But again, like, we've built
just a room 101 subject, and we've gone on to it for 4 or 5 weeks now.
We've built that connection. Like, we spent that time in the years that we've known each other, wanting to bond over something that isn't Twitch, which is the difference.
Yeah.
Like,
because we talk outside of Twitch. We don't just only talk online. You know, like I said, he's got my phone number. Jen messaged us when I was having a bit of a bad time. And it's a big thing for me is to form friendships with people in this space. Because I'm agoraphobic. I don't leave the fucking house, right? I don't make friends very easily because I don't leave the house to meet them. I look out the window. I'm like one of those fucking dogs that curtain twitches.
Yeah,
you see all the time. Right? But I don't go out, so I don't make friends in the traditional way. I make them online. And then it's nice to be able to just talk about your day with people. You know, that will talk about their day with you too.
Yeah.
And you can have nothing going on, but you'll still find a subject to fucking chat about.
100%.
You know? I've been dead excited because I've had a really shit week this week, and I've been dead excited to do this fucking podcast. Dead excited to do it. Like, because it's so much fun. It's therapy.
Therapy.
Bit of a fucking glass of wine, bit of a fucking rant, right? That's what I'm here for.
And as long as you guys enjoy it, then we'll always, you know, do our best to pump it out for you guys, you know? That sounded really naughty then, didn't it? Fucking hell. I could have used a better choice of words then. Before you go on to the next one, though, Ghoul has suggested very interesting one.
Streamers that support XYZ until they've reached the views popularity they want in 10 years. That goes along with the same people that won't support other streamers until they've reached a certain amount of popularity as well. We do have a lot of, it's not so much the streamers, but a lot of viewers that tend to drop off if you get more popular because they don't like that. But it's streamers that are attracted to you the higher you grow.
All of a sudden, it's them leeching off your popularity. It's called
We know
streamer
people like that.
brain.
Streamer brain.
Streamer
But I
brain.
do get with it, once you reach a certain view of popularity, and then they start to drop off, and they turn absolute turncoats as well. They start bitching about you and
Yeah.
everything because you overpass them at some point.